we just finished a retreat, a Memorial Day retreat, and it was really lovely. We had a lot of old students coming, not old in age, but old in terms of people who've practiced for a while, uh, and people who have been here at the Abbey before, and then some new people as well. So it was very nice. And one of the old people, the old students, was Bev, who, as you know, made our stained glass window of Chenrezig, thousand-armed Chenrezig here, and also made the four-armed stained glass of Chenrezig in the Kuan Yin room. And she's sitting in the back of the room now, and I'm going to tell her story that she told me yesterday, and I didn't know that she was going to be here. Okay. So what she told me yesterday is when she, one of the reasons, besides wanting to participate in the retreat and hear the Dharma, that she came was that she wanted, she thought, I want to see my stained glass windows. Yeah. And then during the retreat, when we were talking about compassion and Chenrezig's, Chandrakirti's quote and everything, it was talking about grasping at I and mine. And I went on and talked a little bit about how we grasp at mine. And as soon as something becomes mine, it has a whole different meaning in our mind. So then Bev thought, I said to myself, I wanted to see my stained glass windows. And then she realized there was a lot of my in those stained glass windows. And so then she thought, actually, they aren't my stained glass windows. Yeah, because we also did a meditation thinking of the kindness of others and how everything we have came from other people's effort. So she started thinking, well, the lead, that's the black in it, is it? There were people who made the lead, which is kind of a grungy job. There were people who made the different kinds of glass. There were the people who filled the orders for the glass and the UPS people who delivered the glass. And, and then you have to have a kiln and you have to have glass cutters and all the tools and implements, that she had to use to make it. And it took her, well over a year. And then, also drawing the thing out and the paper and the pen. And she began to see that there were so many people's lives involved in creating these stained glass windows of Chenrezig that actually they were not her stained glass windows. That there was the stained glass windows belonged to all these other people whose effort, went into making them. Yeah. So then that was a big kind of aha and really helped her, let go of that idea of my stained glass windows. And then I chipped in, how I always have a comment about things. And I was saying, actually, these stained glass windows belong to all sentient beings because everybody is welcome to come here in the Abbey, and then they see, thousand-armed Chenrezig, they see four-armed Chenrezig, and the seeds of compassion get put in their mind, and they ask questions about, who are these? And then we talk about the mantra, we talk about great compassion, and so on. And so the stained glass windows really become, the property of each and every sentient being who has the potential to be able to come here. Yeah. And so I thought a lot about what she was saying, and how really anything, whenever we use the word my or mine, we have to be really aware that it's merely labeled my or mine in a conventional way, and that actually it has very little to do with us because all the, ingredients, even if you say, my knowledge, where did our knowledge come from? It came from other people. We were not brilliant geniuses. Even brilliant geniuses, where does their knowledge come from? It came from other people. So to really, begin to see that actually we don't own very much, if you really think about it, and to use the word my and mine very, very lightly is just a very light conventionality, because at any moment, what is mine becomes somebody else's and vice versa. Now, the people who live here may be wondering, why is she talking about this today? Well, for the people online who don't know, once a year at the Abbey, we change rooms. Yeah. And the purpose of changing rooms, couple of purposes. One is to release the grasping on I and mine, because you live in a room and it's my room, which is set up in a way that I like it, with my blankie and my bookshelf and my books and my clothes and my boots and my knickknacks and my altar. And it becomes very solid over the period of the year, so that on moving day, people freak out. This year you seem a little bit calmer than in previous years. But in previous years, oh my goodness, it was people freaking out. I have to move to another room, that's their room. What about, I want my mattress, I want my blankie, I want my bookshelf, I want I don't like this dresser, I want the dresser in my previous room. I don't want to be on this side of the hall, I want to be on the other side of the hall. Oh no, now I have a roommate. Oh, I don't want a roommate. I don't want, roommates are such a pain in the neck. I'm never a pain in the neck. I'm a perfect roommate to other people, but they are a pain in the neck. They wake me up, they disturb me, they talk to me when I don't want to be talked. But I'm like the wonderful roommate. I don't disturb other people, but they complain about me, but I don't complain about them. But now I have one, and they're going to go complain about me again, because all my roommates do that. And, okay, and there's this separation anxiety from my room, and I have to move to another room, and they cleaned it, but their dirt is in my new room. That is their dirt. Of course, we cleaned the room we moved out of, but it's not our dirt that we left behind for the new occupant, but it's their dirt that's now in our room. And why didn't they clean it better? So this whole thing is about I and mine, isn't it? Yeah? And how it's so interesting, as soon as we put, some of you are looking pretty grim, as soon as we put the word my or mine on something, it really changes the meaning of it in our mind, doesn't it? And you can really see how afflictions come up because of that. Instead of, it's the Abbey's, building. It's not my building, it's the Abbey's building. It's the Abbey's room. It's the Abbey's carpet and the Abbey's bed and the Abbey's blankie. And all these things actually don't belong to me. Then you say, but I'm allowed to have one shelf of my books. So these are my books. Check up. Are they really your books? What makes them your books? I wrote my name in them. Well, hallelujah. If that's what it takes, for something to become yours, is you write your name in it. So really use this opportunity today of changing rooms and the kind of discombobulated feeling that it gives you, use it really as a meditation on I and mine. Yeah? And what does mine really mean? And then you begin to see the grasping at I and mine. And then you remember that's the root of cyclic existence. Why am I suffering? Because I'm grasping at something that is simply an imputed name as having some meaning from its own side. And therefore I suffer, because this is mine, that is theirs, that is yours. And I want to control it all. Yeah. It doesn't work, does it? Yeah. Because then you clean out their dirt from your room and you put it in the garbage can. Then somebody else comes along, because it's there on the chore rotor to empty the garbage cans. Oh, there's dirt in this garbage can. That's not my dirt. Yeah. Why do I have to empty the garbage can that doesn't have my trash in it? I'm only going to empty the trash can that has my trash in it. Otherwise, it's not fair that I have to take out other people's trash. Yeah. So then it's not fair either that other people cook your lunch. And it's not fair either that other people built the building that you live in. And it's not fair either that people make the glasses that you wear or the clothes that you wear. Yeah. Be careful. We need to be careful when we think it's not fair. Or why do I have to do this when it's somebody else's and they should do it? Yeah. Really think about how much we receive from other living beings. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, none of us could survive without each other and without all the other living beings around too. Okay, so think of it as this belongs to all sentient beings. Yeah, this is actually one of the thought training teachings, because when you've made mandala offerings, right? Everybody's made mandala offerings. So we already gave everything to the Buddha. So how can we say this is mine? What, you gave it to the Buddha, now you're taking it back? Huh? Okay. So to have that mental attitude of, everything I'm using, I've already given away. It's not mine. And when I give something away, it's not a big deal, because I'm just giving to others what is theirs, because I gave it to the Buddha's going to distribute it to all sentient beings. So I already gave to people what is theirs. It's not a loss for me. Okay? So with that, my BBC is now concluded. But actually, it's Bev's BBC. Yeah? Yeah, she just said it's not hers either. So I don't know who it belongs to. But maybe there's something in it that we can all learn from.